I've said it many times before, but Donald Trump just proved this again, which is if you just let him talk and I guess write, he'll tell you absolutely everything he thinks and what he's doing. So I want to talk about the pardon he issued conservative Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar last week. It came out of the blue. As I said at the time, it was politically incredibly dumb because it took away an indicted Democrat in a seat Donald Trump won by 7 points. It took away the indictment, which takes away the major thrust of how Republicans were planning to beat Henry Cuellar in 2026 in a House majority where they only have a 3-seat majority and they need every seat they can get. Now, it's not that Henry Cuellar can't lose. He could lose. The Republicans could win. But man, Donald Trump made it harder. So on Sunday, Donald Trump told us what we already all knew, but he came out and said the quiet part out loud. So in a very long Truth Social post, and I will not read all of it, I won't subject you to all of it, but he basically says that he pardoned Cuellar and Cuellar hadn't really done anything wrong. And then he gets to the really important part. I signed the papers and said to people in the Oval Office that I just did a very good, perhaps life-saving thing. God was very happy with me that day. Then it happened, all caps. Only a short time after signing the pardon, Congressman Henry Cuellar announced that he will be running for Congress again in the great state of Texas, a state where I received the highest number of votes ever recorded, as a Democrat, continuing to work with the same radical left scum that just weeks before wanted him and his wife to spend the rest of their lives in prison, and probably still do. Such a lack of loyalty, all caps, something that Texas voters and Henry's daughters will not like. Oh well, next time no more nice guy. Excuse me. Oh well, next time no more Mr. Nice Guy, President Donald J. Trump. So I think we know and we've known that Donald Trump is purely transactional, right? I always say that, it's such an easy way to understand him. He operates on the, if I do this thing, is it going to be good for me? And can I get something from it? Ideally financial, but maybe political. He just said that, right, in Truth Social. He said, I pardoned Henry Cuellar effectively because I thought he would switch parties and be a Republican, and that would help us. But Trump didn't get that promise from Cuellar, apparently. He signed the paperwork assuming that Cuellar would understand the quid pro quo. And then Cuellar, to his credit, I guess, just took it and ran with it and did what he wanted, which was filed as a Democrat again. But the important thing here to emphasize is that Trump views the pardon power, as he views everything else in his White House, as a way to make things work for him, to reflect on him. The most fascinating line out of that whole Truth Social post was, I just did a very good, perhaps life-saving thing. God was very happy with me that day. I mean, that's a weird thing to say about a pardon, I feel like. But Trump, has talked a lot about heaven and stuff lately, so that's a whole other thing. But look, he clearly did this because he thought Cuellar would scratch his back after he scratched Cuellar's back. I mean, it's just not, don't overthink it, right? And that's why Trump does all of this stuff. The pardoning of the Binance crypto guy, the pardoning of the Honduran ex-president who had involved in a cocaine smuggling ring. It either is done because he feels common cause with these people. They were persecuted just like me. And or he thinks he can use the power of the pardon to get something for himself or his party. That if he had gotten Henry Cuellar to switch, it would have accrued to his benefit. Look how smart Donald Trump is. And it would have helped the Republican Party. But it backfired on him. And so he says he won't do it again. I just think it's really, really, really important to understand that Trump doesn't do anything out of the goodness of his heart. He is doing everything on a transactional basis. It is, what can this do for me? And that me is important. It's not what can this do for the Republican Party. Now, if it helps the Republican Party, I think Trump is happy with that. But his first calculation is, what can this do for me? And the lack of loyalty, quote unquote, that Cuellar showed is because he didn't do what Trump thought he would, which is pay Trump back for being magnanimous, for giving him the pardon he so desperately wanted. It's all one big transaction. That is it. And I think this pardon, what Trump said, I mean, literally says, he basically says he owed me and he didn't pay me what he owed me. That's Trump in a nutshell. It's the best way to understand him. He proved it again with this Cuellar pardon and then what he said after. So just wanted to make that point. Hope everybody is doing well today. I ask you one thing, which I ask you every day, which is hit that subscribe button. You get more free content like this every single weekday. I continue to grow as an independent news creator. All right, everyone, take care.